Hello, and welcome to another episode of All About Hopkinton. This is the original HCAM show where we meet the people and organizations that help to make Hopkinton a great place to live. And today, we're actually going to have an organization and a person on our show, which is not to say that organizations aren't made of people, but this organization has a representative who is running the Boston Marathon for them. Today, we'll be talking with Ruta, who is the president of the South Asian Circle of Hopkinton, with a runner, Junaid, who is helping to raise funds for them. So, thank you both for being here today.
Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
having us.
All right, so now, Junaid, before we talk about your story, let's talk, Ruta, about SACH and how you got connected to Junaid.
Oh, so yeah, we're so delighted. Thank you, Jim, for having us, first of all, and so excited to see Junaid here in Hopkinton. So the story, it's not a long story, but we have a lot of well-wishers here in Hopkinton who love South Asian Circle of Hopkinton, and one of them, is Irfan. And Irfan is on the select board, you know him. Everybody knows him, but he knows Junaid, and Junaid, and I'll let Junaid tell his story also, but Junaid's really has his wish to run the Boston from a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And, I couldn't have a better ambassador than Irfan to make that lovely connection. Of like, you have the South Asian Circle here in Hopkinton. I have a dear friend in Karachi who wants to run the marathon. And we are, your mission is to connect, celebrate diverse cultures of South Asia. And why not make this happen? And it didn't need any more explanation there. It just worked perfectly. And we were able to, apply for the charity bid, and just Junaid, we are so humbled and so grateful that you would be running this and raising money for the South Asian Circle and making our mission even more possible and real in this world. So thank you.
No, thanks. As Ruta said, Jim, it's a great honor to be here in Massachusetts and to be on HCAM and in your show. It started like we can say like more than 6 months ago when I was speaking to some of the South Asian Americans in Massachusetts, and I've been involved in running and preparing for marathons from last 3 years. Marathon in 2021, and obviously, any major marathon is like it's a dream for any runner to be able to run a world major marathon.
Yeah.
And Boston is the most prestigious. It's the most historic marathon in the world. It's the biggest thing in the world of running marathons. And I did speak to some people in Massachusetts. So we were looking to make it a connection on the merit. Like, every runner wants to run a marathon, but there is nothing better than running a marathon for a cause and to be able to bring people together. And that's how the Pakistani American community and the other South Asian American community got in touch. And I think they thought nothing is better than someone coming from South Asia to run for a South Asian Circle based in the United States. And the message is so much bigger here. It's about the diversity which US has. It's about the acceptance of diversity in this country. And obviously, United States, it represents every race and culture in so many different and beautiful ways. And this is something we are able to do through this collaboration between South Asian Circle of Hopkinton and Boston Marathon. So I'm really excited and thrilled. But as you asked how it happened, I think it involves a lot of South Asian Americans who are well-wishers of the United States and the community of South Asia, and they wanted to make it happen. And this is their commitment that they worked hard, and this is happening. It's just a few days away now.
That is fantastic. You both are really well spoken. I love how you get right to the core of it, right? This is just about like people getting connected with people and communities being connected. And, you know, it all comes down to it. We're one community in our world. And, you know, and like as technology and we can fly all over the place. And I just love the fact that Irfan knows you and you are like marathoning, and here you are. It's all working together. So that's really, to me, that's what the story is all about. Now,
Yeah.
Yeah,
go ahead,
if I may
Julia.
add quickly, you said it, Jim, like you said, connecting, right? Connections. And just having us not reach out to Irfan Nasrullah or to Junaid, but just that connection organically happening is what our mission is. And it just gives me goosebumps that it happened. We connected, we were able to connect the dots between the South Asian community of Hopkinton with the town's larger community, and having Junaid travel all across the world here to run this marathon. So I just wanted to put that there. The connection
Yeah,
is near
absolutely.
and dear to me, and it just
So, Junaid, how far did you travel to come visit us?
Well, that probably comes to the number, like, I don't know, more than 7,000 miles from Pakistan to the United States, coming through the Middle East. But I've been to Boston before. I was here in 2021. I did run one of my fastest 10 kilometers just around Harvard University. But this time it's different, and I'm first time in Wellesley. It's beautiful out there with the flowers, with beautiful wind, and very crispy sunlight. And I could already see a lot of people training around the streets, and getting ready for the big day. But the actual achievement is definitely bringing the community together, and I definitely want to name a few people who are working tirelessly to make this community, very popular and, very well known. Of course, so Shahid Ahmed Khan, who's a famous Bostonian and lives in Birmingham now. He was the one who initiated this whole project, basically. And the idea why it came to our minds is, Jim, because United States is so diverse in terms of sports. Like in 6 world major marathons, 3 of them are in the United States. It's Boston, it's New York, it's Chicago. So, and it does invite athletes and sports persons from all over the world. Just like this time, Eliud Kipchoge, who's the fastest marathon runner in the world, is coming to Boston Marathon for the first time. So the idea was like the number of people from South Asia, that includes now 8 countries: Pakistan, India, Sri Lanka, Afghanistan, Bhutan, Bangladesh, and Maldives. So the representation of these countries is not really significant. So the Hopkinton board and South Asian Circle of Hopkinton and the rest of the South Asian community of Massachusetts, including Boston, including other beautiful cities, they're trying to change that as well. And the US is very open. US sports institutions are very open. They welcome athletes and sports persons from all over the world. So we're trying to change that this number should increase. This time I'm running, maybe next year, another huge number of South Asian runners should be coming as a team and, get involved in the sports events happening in the US. Yes, mainly marathon, mainly Boston Marathon, and that can be New York Marathon, that can be Chicago Marathon as well. And also I want to say, like, the communities here of these countries, like Pakistani Americans, Indian Americans, Indian Bangladeshis, and all other South Asian Americans based in the United States are also really playing an important role in bringing the athletes and runners and people from different walks of life together in Massachusetts. So I think this is a big achievement for the community and for the people who live in Massachusetts. That's their generosity, that's their hospitality, and that's the volume of their diversity, which is very impressive.
Nice, thank you. So, Junaid, I'd like to ask you, why running? Why are you a marathoner?
Well, that's a very good question, Jim. There are a lot of funny answers to that. but we'll try the serious ones also. Yeah, the thing is, it's like I come from a country where not so many people are involved directly in sports, which is changing gradually. But I used to be involved in cricket and badminton and cycling a few years ago. But around 2019 and 20, we focused on something like running is a very, freestyle sport. Yeah, you need a pair of shoes, you need a nice shirt and shorts, and you just on the street and you can get your runs done. You don't need like big facility, very expensive equipment, and much of the training in the beginning. So that's why we focused on the running, and I'm a long-legged person, and that was just to my benefit that I was able to learn this quickly. It took me a while initially to be able to run 10 kilometers nonstop, but 3 years I'm running. Why I run, Jim and Ruta, is I believe personally that running is the most liberating sports in the world. The kind of sense of achievement it gives you when you finish your run, it's matchless. It's like a tournament for your own self. You start the run, you finish the run, it's all about you. And then the kind of support you get from your friends, family, and community, obviously, that is so much important. But this is something you can celebrate just in a local park by running a 10-kilometer. And what it does to your body, what it does to your health, what it does to your heart is so, so beneficial that people even have no idea about it. So this is why I've dedicated so much time of myself to the running, besides my profession as being a journalist, as being a TV presenter in Pakistan. And I really love running. I love to see people running and achieving so much in their running, new records, new mileage. And my message actually through this running is like, pick a sport for yourself. It can be running, it can be cycling, it can be swimming. My aim is to inspire people that I can do this, so you can do that, and you can be better for yourself. You can do something good for yourself, and you eventually become an active person. You eventually become a healthy person. You eventually become a happy person.
I just want to say that is the best advertisement for getting involved in something that I've heard. That's really, that gives me a lot to think about.
That's inspirational. So, Jim, when am
Yeah.
I going to see you?
Yeah.
Training.
I know, I know. So,
And myself as well, I guess.
so actually, Ruta, that leads me to my next question. I know where Junaid is going to be during the marathon. What are you and what is SACH doing?
Oh my God. So, thank you for asking. We are just here, like looking forward to sending Junaid off with so much encouragement for getting to the finish line. What we are doing is preparing Junaid's journey from Hopkinton to Boston in our own little fashion and way. So tomorrow, actually, at the library, Hopkinton Public Library, we are hosting a meet and greet for Junaid. This will be a fireside chat with Junaid and myself. By the way, Jim, I'm also a runner,
Okay.
not as great runner as Junaid. I have run the Boston a couple of years back. I relate to Junaid's every word, but what the fireside chat is going to do tomorrow is to just tell the community and people who are interested to, I mean, understand this journey of great passion and enthusiasm that Junaid brings with him, his efforts of overcoming so much for the South Asian Circle. I want the people from Hopkinton to make that connection as to why this individual is so passionate. Why are we in Hopkinton so passionate about hosting Junaid for the marathon, and make that connection? And I also want to say, this is a very special month for Junaid, and he's overcoming. It's Ramadan. It's a holy month. For the Muslim community, and he is enduring that as well. That is a major part of a runner's training. So we want the community to understand all these different angles that Junaid's going through for the South Asian Circle, and what it means for Hopkinton as a community. What are we going to do with those funds that Junaid's so graciously raising for us. How is it going to better the community? What are the projects we're doing? All these will be, communicated to the community. So that's one aspect of, we've been doing that through our PR all this while, but tomorrow it's all coming into action at the library from 6 p.m. And of course, on the day of the marathon, oh my God, we are going to be cheering Junaid with bells, with everything possible. All the communities coming together along the route. Uh, we'll be there for him, tracking him start to finish, and hopefully surprise him at the end with something that he likes. That's a surprise. But
Okay.
yeah, this is what we're doing, and couldn't be more excited. So.
So actually, that's really interesting, and I don't want to get off track into all the training because this is all about community. But Junaid, Ramadan involves fasting, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't that
Well, Jim,
really hard?
it's been hard. Yeah, I think as Ruta said, I mean, it involves a little bit of sacrifice as well because
Little
Ramzan
bit.
only Ramzan only becomes once a year. So, and then it is coming in a month when there's Boston Marathon happening and also London Marathon. A lot of people are preparing for London Marathon as well. So it is a bit of a challenge because you do lose some of the sleep and you do lose some of the hydration because it's like like 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. You eat and then you start your fasting. And then sometimes it's 16 hours, sometimes it's 17 hours, in some region it's more than that. So during that time, you can't really eat or drink anything. And when you open your fast, and from that time until you close it again, there's not much time to drink enough water. So this has been challenging. So, but we were committed, me and my friends back in Karachi, we trained together. And the idea was like we're doing it something for a greater reason, for a greater cause. So why not a little bit of challenge and sacrifice? So far, it's been wonderful. What we do is like before the fast opens, like an hour or two before, we get a short run, like a 5 kilometer or 10 kilometer, and then after we have opened the fast, then can go for a longer run for more than 15 or 20 kilometers. So it's been great. But what happens all day is, your lips are dried, and because there's no water has gone into your system. So, well, let's see how it turns out eventually on the day of the marathon. But it was a challenge which we have enjoyed so far.
Fantastic. All right, so now I want to just make sure, Ruta, we talk about this has been very inspiring. This has been very, community focused, people coming together, raising funds for a really good cause. Now, people are watching the show who are interested. How do we support the community within our community? Ruta, how do we get connected with SACH to support Junaid in his run?
South Asian Circle of Hopkinton.org is the website. The first page you go to, Jim, if you can help us put that in your channel, that'll be great. You just have to go to the web page, and the first page is GoFundMe page for Junaid. Crossing all these continents, controlling his mental real estate. He's come all this way to achieve this tremendous feat. So on behalf of all the SACH community and the residents, I am hoping, Jim, you can also help us spread the word. Please, we seek support from the community and the town to help donate to this extremely wonderful cause and this extremely difficult feat that Junaid has taken upon himself and so graciously doing it. So go to the website, please. Any little bit, you know how it is, Jim. It's just small things here. If you get inspired by the story and the Ramadan, the incredible dietary restrictions that he's going through for the training, that itself brought me goosebumps because I know how concerning that is for a runner and an athlete doing this feat. So please support us. Donate the cause, and thank you in advance.
Okay. Now, I just do want to mention, Ruta, you mentioned tomorrow night at the library. That's April 13th 6 o'clock at the library. I hope that
Yes.
everybody gets a chance to get there and meet Junaid and hear this story. HCAM will be there. We will be recording it and playing it on our channel after that and before the marathon, so you can access it there well. But
Yeah, and sorry, if I may add, I forgot to add, of course, the social media, right? We have Facebook, we have, how can I forget, Instagram, we have Twitter accounts, we have everything there with the links constantly being updated. So if you're following us, if you're not following us, please follow us. If you're following us, please click on the links that we have on our social media. Sorry, Jim, I just had to put that plug in. I almost take it for granted that people know about social media, but I
Right.
should put that there.
Yeah. Well, all you need to really know is South Asian Circle of Hopkinton. You Google that,
Yes.
you'll find your webpage, you'll
Yeah.
find your Facebook, and that'll be great.
You said it.
All right. Hey,
You
thank
said-
you both for being here. Junaid, thank you so much for talking to us about what motivates you and the inspiration that you are for our South Asian Circle of Hopkinton.
Jim, it was a pleasure talking to you. Really an honor.
Okay.
Jim, as always, many, many, many thanks for being a constant supporter. Thanks for your kindness for hosting us today.
Oh, my
Thank you,
pleasure.
HCAM.
All right. We'll see you soon. And
Thanks
thank
again.
And thank you for watching this episode. And I hope that you do please stop by their website, stop by their Facebook, South Asian Circle of Hopkinton. See Junaid's story. Stop by the library tomorrow night, April 13th at 6 o'clock. Meet the man and get his story and his inspiration straight from Junaid. Have a great night, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.